Hello, traders. It is Wednesday, February 19th, and we are almost 3 hours into trading. So let's see what the market's doing. I've changed the format a little bit. I want to try and do these videos a little bit later in the morning when the price action has started to settle down a little bit. I can really focus on some stocks that look good for day trading, but also that look good for an overnight position. I'm doing that because the market's been very, very tight intraday right now, and I feel that you have to be long overnight. We're getting these gaps higher and then very compressed trading during the day. I'm going to put up the chart and I'll show you what I mean. So yesterday we had this little bit of sell-off. We've seen that early weakness at the beginning of the week. Eventually the bid is restored. The market grinds higher. We have follow through and we erase all of that early week weakness. So asset managers are playing it safe over the weekend. They're not buying aggressively on Fridays. Traders are lightening the load. That creates selling pressure on Friday. We open a little bit lower to start the week, and then we grind higher. That pattern's been present for the last 4 weeks. It's alive and well today also. You can see gap higher, compress, 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 a little spurt higher, compress, compress, compress. That makes it very hard to do day trading, but if you're able to hold some overnight positions that look really good, boom, that's where the moves are coming. Right on the open. If I go into a daily chart, you can see that. Gap higher, gap higher, gap higher, gap higher, gap higher. And then these tiny little bodies intraday tell you that the price action is super compressed. So from a day trading standpoint, you almost have to be a little bit long overnight. Don't have to hold a position for a week, but just having that overnight exposure, get out of the stock the next morning, very, very good strategy. Plus, day traders try and avoid overnight risk. I understand that. I'm a day trader. But right now, the market bid has been so dang strong that every little bit of weakness gets gobbled up right away. Buyers are aggressive on the dip, and the dips are very, very brief. So you don't have a tremendous amount of overnight risk right now. Now, bullish put spreads have been the bread and butter strategy. They continue to be. So I think that as a day trader, you got to have some bullish put spreads on right now. And I'm saying that you should be about 75% allocated to bullish put spreads. We've had great success with that. 2 weeks ago, went 8 for 8. You can see that video on this YouTube channel. Last week, I posted that video. Got 8 for 8 on that one. Going to be posting a new swing trading video again tonight. Hope to repeat that performance. Bullish put spread, selling them out of the money and knowing which types of stocks to go for is the key. We want to stay short term inside that 2 week window, take advantage of accelerated time premium decay, and that also gives us an opportunity to continually roll these positions and evaluate the market. That's what we're doing. But day trading wise, got some good picks for you. I showed you ZM yesterday. Put that stock up. I am actually short here. I'm going to show you SPCE and some analysis that I did on it. I was shorted, but I just covered my short for a profit. But I'll show you why I'm short, and I'll show you some of the tools that we use in Option Stalker to identify these opportunities. But ZM was one of the stocks I showed you yesterday in the video. Said I think you can hold this stock overnight. Going to take off these buy and sell arrows to make it a little easier. Boom. If you held that overnight, you're really, really happy with me today. Also showed you SHAK. That stock also looks really good today. I like this stock. I like this on a swing basis. It's going to fill in this gap right here. Earnings, hover over the E on 224. So we've got earnings coming up next week, but for this week, we're fine. You can actually even sell some February 21 bullish put spreads keying off of that 200-day moving average. I think that would also be good for a short-term strategy for a day trader. So, like that as well. Stock really looks good in here. Nice support, compression breakout. Going to fill in this gap. So I like SHAK. I really like Win. I think Win is another one that you can get behind. You can see it's already posted earnings. It's getting through this horizontal resistance level. In the last video, I said I love selling this bullish put spread down here, right around the 200-day moving average. That was when the stock was in here. Man, has that turned out to be a nice trade so far. We were using the February 28 expiration, as I recall. Really nice shape, but I like the stock daily basis. I like the stock intraday basis. Look at that stock grind higher. Love that breakout. Yeah. So, how do I know when it's time to buy if I'm day trading, Pete? Show me how to use some of these tools. Well, one tool is we love this orange line here that goes above zero. This measures relative strength. Okay, we'll put up the buy signal also. And you can see here, the stock goes on a buy signal here and it's strong relative to the market. When you have these two ingredients, very good. You can also add to the mix a breakout above the prior day's high. Yeah, that's also a nice one to have in there. Plus a new high for the day. So if you were day trading this looking for a decent entry point, you would want to buy that breakout because you've got a bullish trade signal on it and it's showing relative strength. You stick with the position until one of these two changes. So when you get a red signal up here, a sell signal, or when it loses its relative strength and this line goes below zero, exit. Now you're going to get a sell signal, one of these red arrows, before it dips below this line. So that would be a more passive approach, would be as soon as you see the red signal, take profits on it. A more aggressive approach, meaning you want to really let the trade run and you're willing to let it move against you a little bit further to capture that bigger upside, would be to use this relative strength line. So when it goes below zero, then you would get out. So those are two ways that you can manage the trade. You can also, when you're in a day trade, start using some of the diagonal alert lines and start drawing them underneath. So I would click here, click on this one, click on anything that gives you a nice upward sloping line. There's a nice little line that will follow the stock higher and that will give you a pop-up alert when it is breached. So I like WIN. I like it. I think you can hang on to it overnight. I love it for selling out of the money bullish put spreads on it. I also like ZM. That stock's getting a little overheated though. Got to tell you, on a daily basis, really like it. Boy, is that strong right in there. But that gets me a little bit worried, especially when you have big gaps in here that have to fill. So those gains can be given back very easily. I'll give you one more stock that I like on a swing basis. I really like what I see recently in BYND. Got almost a little bit of a cup and handle formation here with a breakout. There's the 200-day moving average, that pink line right there. It's holding that 200-day moving average. It's above it. I think you've got a nice little upward sloping trend line in here. I would suggest selling the BYND 120 puts. Better check on that. We got earnings. We can't quite get in a earnings play on 228 because it announces on 227. So I need to check that earnings date because I've seen a few false signals in here on earnings. So I'm not sure what the deal is with BYND. They may not have given a specific earnings release date, and these are just estimates flagging. So make sure you check that earnings release date. But I do like this breakout. I think it looks great for a day trade. As long as it's not announcing earnings after the close today, I think it sets up well for an overnight position. BYND, ZM, WYNN. I like all three of these stocks today. And let's go in and take a look at SPCE and why I like that short. So this is a day trading short position. I've been tracking it. I'm just going to point out this red signal right in here so that I can take all this mumbo jumbo off the screen. So we're going to take off the intraday signals, which actually those signals, if I have them up, they don't just apply to a 5-minute chart. We use them on a 15-minute chart. You can see them there. We use them on a 30-minute chart. You can see them there. We also have them on a daily chart, which on a daily chart, SPCE said buy right here. So that was a nice buy signal. It said short right here. You had to cover that when you had a breakout to a new high, but it also had a nice buy signal back in here. So we can search for these signals on multiple time frames using the custom search engine, which is super powerful. Show me a trade signal that applies. I want a stock that's bullish on a daily basis, 4-hour basis, 2-hour basis, 1-hour basis, 15-minute basis, 5-minute basis. Show me some options that have really or some stocks that have really good option liquidity. There you go. Across multiple time frames. These stocks are probably super, super strong. NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA today. If I went and clicked through this, look at this. Got NVIDIA, Win, Shack, all on this list. So that's how we use the custom search engine. But let's go back. Space. Look at this chart. I mean, this thing is parabolic. Is the stock worth this? I don't know. I don't really care. I just know that when stocks get this parabolic, that there is going to be profit taking somewhere along the line. So on a 5-minute basis, I've been watching the stock. I thought there was a good shorting opportunity. Why? Because we have this upward sloping trend line right here. We have a lower high double top with a bearish engulfing or a bearish hammer here. And we had a similar pattern yesterday, except this one was more dramatic. You had a really dramatic blow-off rally, a climax, if you will, with a big pullback right in here, long red candles closing on their low. Now it starts to creep higher, and it tries to take out that high and whap, slap down immediately. Ooh, okay, now that is a lower high double top. That's interesting. We've got our upward sloping trend line right here that I can visually connect. Okay, we've got that broken down. We've got a lower high. We have relative weakness coming in, and let's see if we had a sell signal there also. Yeah, we sure did. So now I've got all these criteria working in my favor, and I can use this downward sloping trend line as my initial stop for the position. So you would short once you get relative weakness, which is right in here. We'll put the crosshair up. Okay, that's your entry point for a short position. Not too bad, right? Nice entry. So we use the buy signal, sell signal as one indicator to help us with our entry. We also use this relative strength and weakness, and trend lines are, of course, always very helpful for entering and exiting the trade. I showed you how we can use it to manage the trade also. So today, what did I see? Well, I've got this upward sloping trend line right here, and I have this new high, nice long green candle. What happens then? Wham! Bearish engulfing pattern right there. Let's take that buy sell signal off. You can see it better. Okay, that is a huge warning sign. That tells me there are sellers at this high of the day. Now, okay, we're going to creep back up and see if we can get through it. Yeah, looks good, looks good. Wham! That candle closes on its low. Bearish hammer. All right, this is when I am interested in shorting. So I get short up in here. I think it was about the 34.30 level. Got my nice upward sloping trend line here on a 5-minute basis, and we're short the stock. So now we just got to let things kind of play out. We had relative weakness in here starting to form, and we had the sell signal right in there as well. So you can see that's right around that 34.50 level. And I've since covered the trade. I covered it for 33.80. So that was a nice 75-cent winner. And you can see the stock is continuing to be weak. You can see in the background here the S&P 500. And I'm going to put that 5-minute chart up so that we can track it. Always wise to have the market running in the background somewhere. Have an SPY chart up at all times. You need to know what the market's doing. Always, always, always. So this looks like a really good short in here. If I weren't on this video recording right now, I would be shorting it, but the stock moves a lot, so I don't really want to do it just yet. So you can see here, the market's got a nice big long green candle trying to challenge this high right here. If it were going to break out, you would have seen another long green candle stacked on top of it, and that would have shaken out the short sellers at this prior high. But right now, you're not seeing that. You see the rally and an instant back off. So the 1OP indicator today, right now it's starting to drift a little bit lower. Not a whole lot in terms of an indication of what might happen. I would certainly use this upward sloping trend line as one gauge for my entry on a short position. but you've got to be super, super careful with your shorts right now. The market is in a powerful, powerful move higher. Very hard to make money on the short side. The better way to approach the market right now is that when you do have confirming signals that tell you that the market is overextended and it's ready to roll over, take profits on your long positions and just go to the sideline on a day trading basis. Monitor your stocks with relative strength as the market comes in. And we've got a search that allows us to do that. It's called Relative Strength 30. So I'm going to click on Relative Strength 30. These are the stocks right now that are strong relative to the market. So as the market pulls back, pulls back, pulls back, pulls back, these are the stocks that you want to be flipping through, and you're looking for stocks that are holding their own while the market pulls back. That tells you that when the market finds support, it's like throwing fuel on the fire. These stocks will shoot higher. That's how we do it. So you don't necessarily have to short the market. Just take your profits on your longs when the market looks like it's going to come in. Go to cash for a little bit, wait for the market to come in, wait for multiple signs of support, and then you've got your stocks that you're finding while the market is coming in. Start scaling into them. That's how we play it. So right now, I do have a nice little short position that I'm tracking, and look at Spice come down. So we've got all the things that we look for. This is how we trade. This is what Option Stalker provides. I hope you like the new format of these daily videos. Please give the content a thumbs up. Let me qualify something. I would not short SPCE overnight, by the way. Okay, I don't think we're ready for that just yet. This stock is a rocket shot, pardon the pun, and you got to be very, very careful. We've got to see some indication that this is a high, and I don't see it yet. So what would that be? Well, definitely a violation of this $30 level very quickly, meaning that we close on the low today, long red candle up here, closing on its low, and take out that opening price of $32 tomorrow. We would need to see follow through, close on the low below that $30 level. Okay, if I start to see that type of retracement, then I'll feel pretty good about shorting the stock and holding it overnight. We don't have that yet, so we got to be really careful. You know what causes spikes like this? Shorts, short, 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 and all along the way they're having to eat crow while they cover their short positions, and that's what causes these monster spikes like that. Yeah, I thought it was a good short here. Oh, I thought it was a good short here. Think it's a great short here. Oh, fantastic short here. Look at the pain that they're having to take. We don't want to short into this. We want to wait for definite signs of technical breakdowns so that then we can short with confidence. And then we also have logical places to place our stops if that swing trade is not working out. So if the stock closed below this $30 support level right here, my stop would be at $32, that opening price right in there. That is a logical stop. And I know when I'm wrong. I know when I need to close the trade down. So anyway, again, if you like the format of the new video, I'm trying to give you some trade ideas that will work well today for the rest of the trading day. Trying to give you a market feel because we've had 3 hours of trading elapse. I can tell you basically what's happening in the market, where it's going to be going, and the trades that I'm highlighting also should be good for an overnight position, and they should be stocks that you're watching the next day on the open. So Thursday morning, you'll want to be watching BYND, ZM, WYNN. Thank you. Please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you turn on your notifications and subscribe to the YouTube channel because that way you'll never miss one of these videos. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.